Yeah, I mean, people like Jeff and the producers had been teasing, like when we first started filming, that this was going to be our darkest season yet. But I don't think so. I think it's our goriest season. It reminds me of Saw.
Oh boy.
It is so gory, you're gonna freak out. If you're uncomfortable with gory and horror stuff, it's definitely the goriest. And so no, we've definitely followed suit in the theme of Teen Wolf, where it just gets gorier and darker and crazier every season. And this is the first episode is literally all of that in one episode. So.
One of the things I talked about with Jeff very early on. My first episode or second episode, I had to punch a guy, or punch Styles, and I can't remember.
Some guy.
Some dude. I had to punch some dude, and I'd been boxing at the time, so I knew how to throw a believable punch, and so I just remember Tim, one of the directors, being like, "Oh, okay. I guess it's a little sexist that you're like, oh yeah, a girl can throw a punch." But God, that was terrible.
No, he's a great fucking guy. I love him.
He's amazing, and he was just happy that I was so gung ho about being physical, and I think everybody was. And that's my favorite part about one of my favorite parts about the show is being very physical, because girls can kick ass, and I love that this show embraces the fact that females are strong people. And that's something that I refuse to see let go from Malia.
As far as my character goes, I didn't get to kick ass, not physically at least. And I,
Kicking mental butt.
yeah, kicking some mental butt. And then this season, have you guys seen the first episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So as you guys know, I now get to be part of that group. And so Jeff doesn't really have. I mean, he certainly doesn't have any sort of stereotype that maybe some other shows are hesitant to fall right into. And so I think the girls kicking ass aspect, it's almost not even, it's a non-issue, if anything. And if anything, it was just Lydia not kicking physical ass. And now I get to do that. So I feel part of the pack.
Welcome. Cody is great.
I love it.
I really love Cody. He spent his 20th birthday at my house. It was me, him, Dylan O'Brien, and we played Halo. Cody is he's an all-star. He is everything an actor should be. He's all about the work, you know, and it's really cool to see that, because he's young. He's just turned 20, and most kids that are coming up are all about fame and want to be famous, and he is just really dedicated an actor, and it was really nice to have him on set, you know, because we're all like that too, and he's just the dude. I love him.
We get the best people on the show.
At least we saw in the premiere, you know, it looks like this season, as much as you guys are moving forward, you're also kind of remembering the past and kind of paying tribute to the past. So how much of that is going to kind of play into the season?
That's one of my favorite things about this show, is they don't just kill off a character or somebody leaves and just forget about him. I love that this show always finds some way to pay homage to a character. And that's one of the reasons I am a big fan of the show. But I also, in my real life, I hate to say goodbye. So I hate losing people. And I love that this show always brings them back somehow. Even if they're not physically there, they reference them. And I know it's senior year, and I'm sure there's some, grieving over the fact that Allison should be with this group. And I think you see a glimpse of that in the first episode.
It just keeps the show relatable, you know?
I also think it's interesting that this season is told in retrospect, so technically it's all the past.
Yeah.
Is that a spoiler?
No.
No, she already asked earlier.
Damn it!
She did her research.
Al and I are on this today. We got you.
I saw
It's just a
Metallica
girl
last night.
research thing, that's
Yeah.
all it
I'm
is.
still in rock mode.
It's okay, guys. But yeah, so I think it's fun that this entire season is told in a different format that's never been told before. So we're beginning with the end.
Yeah.
I get to spend time with a lot of the girls this season. I have quite a few scenes with Melina and
Fun
Kira.
scenes.
They're fun too, yeah.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Car scenes are the best, by the way.
We love car scenes,
I
I
was
swear.
gonna say.
Because it's always night, right?
Yeah.
And we're cozy in a warm little car.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Shoes are off. Got our, jackets.
Pack doesn't have to be stuck in your
Yeah, you
underwear.
put the
You're
pack
just like
next
here.
to
Yeah,
you.
it's just it's.
We don't take breaks. We just sit in the car the entire night.
It's fun.
We've had some good times. The girls being, girls are always cold because we're so small.
Right. Well, and we have a really cool toy this season that has like this very fancy LED screen that they used in Star Trek, and that was what I guess the technology wasn't even invented when Teen Wolf started. So as soon as they heard about this very new high-tech screen, we started saving up for it, or the production started saving up for it, and so now we're inside for some of our coverage scenes. And we get quite dizzy, and we don't want to tell them we get dizzy because it's such an expensive
They're
toy.
shaking
and
your
we're like,
car, first of all, and then you're watching like residential areas or you're
It's like you're literally driving.
yeah.
virtual reality.
It's very
you do
trippy.
get super dizzy.
I get really car
And she has
sick
to
and
drive a
I'm
lot.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the
I'm always
last
behind
one.
the driver's
Yeah.
wheel, and so I have
Oh
to
my
really
God.
look forward and look in the rearview mirror, and I want to make it look believable. Oh,
I was
But
like,
it's
she's
gonna be great.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
And it's a very fancy toy for our show.
It's
But I
pretty-
got
it's
to
pretty
do
badass.
car stunts actually this season.
You
I've
did.
been forgetting about
You
that.
did.
Like
Yeah.
outdoors in a car, actually
Those were
driving.
intense.
Yeah.
When the stunt driver drove.
Sure. Yeah.
And then Arden and I were like, okay, that's cool. Well, and it was, especially Arden, because she had a seatbelt
Yeah,
on.
she's
She
probably-
was, I mean, it was quite funny. And we have to remind ourselves to put our seatbelts on because it kind of takes over the car element a little bit. Whereas in a normal car, I never forget, we don't forget to put our seatbelts on. So car seats are a tricky thing, but they're fun.
You know what? I've always wanted to play Scott Dark. I want him to have. I mean, I know I did it in the first season. I've always wanted to see him go dark. Because he's such a good guy, and I feel like it would be less stressful for him sometimes just to be dark about it. Because he's all he wants to do is protect people, and that's exhausting for him. I feel like, because he's running around the town all night and trying to save people. So no, Scott's not a dark guy. He will never become dark on his own volition. It would be like the full moon or something evil that possesses him that would make him dark. So I love the idea, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. He's a good guy,
As an actor, I've seen you play things a little more aggressively
Right.
this season, which has been fun to watch.
There's actually, there are a lot of moments that Scott gets really broken down this season and really is in a vulnerable state, which he hasn't really been in since season 1. So there are moments where he's completely losing his mind and has moments of frustration and kind of lashes out and snaps. But then he immediately feels bad about it, So it's it was a really cool. It was an awesome thing to play. I haven't done that in a long time for Scott, so it was really cool.
Oh lordy, I don't know. That's not a Holland question. That's a Jeff question.
Okay.
Yeah, as actors, we always have a funny relationship to a couple that was a while ago. From a fan perspective, the Ross and Rachel thing, I don't know if it's a Ross and Rachel thing. I know when I watched Friends, that was my favorite show growing up. I wanted certain couples to get together. So I get it, I'm not oblivious to what they're doing, but at the same time, as an actor, I don't know. I'm just, I love our show, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of our show because I think that's it's a weird, I love our show.
I'm such a fan.
Okay, so we're all fans. But for me to comment on my own, acting with my own, it would be, it's weird for me. So yeah.
I hear what you say.
Yes, Shelly gets me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I it's really just a job thing for me where I'm it's whatever the writers write. But from the fan thing, I get them. It's not like I don't know what they're talking about. I get it. But for me, it's a Jeff question. Yeah.
Question. I love it. I think it is humbling. First of all, it's I've been wanting it for so long, to be. I know this show so well, and it really works because we don't really have any producers on set when we're shooting. It's just a director and the actors, and we need. I think we need a second person on set as a producer just to bounce things off of, and someone who's in the know. And I'm always on set, and so it just made sense. And so I proposed that idea a couple years ago to the production, and we had like a few years to think about it, and then they let me be a producer this season. And it is it's just paving the way for my career. You know, I love it. I love it so much. I'm so humbled and thankful to Teen Wolf and to Jeff and MTV for letting me do this. And they didn't have to. I'm just a kid, you know. They didn't, but more than that. So I think it's great. I love it. I love. It makes me want to sacrifice more to the show, and be more involved. And I think it's great. So I don't want to just be an actor my whole life, you know. And the fact that I'm doing this young, I'm broadening my career when I'm young. It's just I think it was the right move. So thank you for asking. I love it.
And he's there when he's not doing his own scenes and supporting us. I mean, he was there the car night.
The car night. I was hanging out.
Yeah.
Comes in, just checks in. You sit down in the writer's room, you like, right?
I do, yeah. For season 5B, I'm gonna sit in the writer's room and just kind of make sure they don't do anything too weird. But yeah, no, it was hard though. I ran myself thin, because I was working, I was acting on the show, and then I would stay late nights and just be there on set. And I got really sick, and like I had this horrible stomach flu, and then I kept working with it, and so I needed a break, and so I kind of stepped away and just focused on acting. Mostly for this season, I just wanted to learn. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes. I didn't want anyone to think, oh, here comes producer Tyler. You know, I just wanted to be really humble about it. And,
it's cool having an actor and a producer though, because if he's on both sides of the fence, he like you were saying, he can see both the head spaces.
Yeah.
And like you're like, you know, sitting in the writer's room as an actor or being a producer on set as an actor, it's really cool.
I ask him questions all the time about Malia.
You do. It's great.
This line, what do you think? This or this?
And I was like, I don't know.
He's always like,
I'm not sure.
No, but then you come back like a few minutes later and you have an answer.
Yeah, because I think about it, and I really appreciate you guys.
Of course.
For being so supportive of me on this.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love
It's great for me. It's just another helping hand.
Yeah, it really does help us understand the show better. Because as actors, people think we know and have control
but we
of more than we do,
overstep.
and we really don't.
So
we have a place and a time to show up, and that's pretty much it. And so people forget it's a company at the end of the day, and we're just a part of it. And so it's cool to you know, have one of our own in there, like seeing everything else and understanding. It helps us better understand the show.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I never heard that side of it. Love you guys. Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge deal for everybody. Just like it is for normal kids, you know. So mostly everyone just wants to stay together. I mean, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. I never went to college, but I definitely fantasized about like going to a party college with my friends and not leaving them, you know, which never happened. But it's fun. It's fun for people to think about. You know, they're growing up. They're going to be men and women. And it's huge. It's huge for them. So right now they're really focused. For the first episode, at least, they're really focused on that aspect, the real life aspect of it. But then everything goes down.
You went to college at Teen Wolf.
I went to the Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf College. Like I really did feel like Dylan and Tyler, like this is their freshman year.
Well, Dill actually went to college.
That's true.
For a couple months, and then Teen Wolf.
He went to college. He transferred to college.
Then he transferred to
Teen Wolf College. Yeah. So it was interesting. It was cool watching, because I did go to college, but I didn't really have a proper college experience. It was just purely academic. So for me to go to Teen Wolf College, I feel like went to Teen Wolf Graduate School and just like slacked off the whole time. It really had this like, incredible experience.
Absolutely.
Because I got my college experience from Teen Wolf, like the fun part and the fulfilling part.